how has cosplay in your eyes changed from those golden days till now? And what do you think it's going to look like when we are going back to full capacity cons?
Well, I think I think cosplay back in the day, it was how do I explain it? Well, like now it's more accessible, so it's easier for people to cosplay and stuff like that. But back in the day, it was kind of like a treasure hunt. You're like, oh, I'm gonna try to find this for my cosplay, or everyone just making their own versions of a cosplay that can find stuff to use for their cosplay. So it was really interesting to see how people would make certain things. But now, because there's like 3D printing, foam, like there's just so much cool shit you can do to make a costume or buy a costume or whatever. Um, so just seeing the evolution of stuff you can find for cosplays is insane. But at the same time, it kind of like seeing people just buy the costumes just to buy a costume. Like there's some people that are not even into anime and stuff like that, and they kind of just like hop on the trend. Kind of sucks, but I mean, you do what you want. Like there's people I'm gonna follow for certain reasons, especially like if they're making their own costumes, putting their blood, sweat, and tears into everything, or they're taking such a long time on a certain project, or learning a new technique. So that part of it for now, like this day and age, is really cool. But I have no idea how it's going to be like in the next while in the future. I feel like it's just going to be like you can buy armor and instead of like getting it 3D printed or something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's fantastic that anybody can get into cosplay now, right? I I guess now is a good point where we can bring it up. My classic period of anime was like YTV, and like you would
Yeah.
have those movies, and like if you go visit your family in America, you might be able to like watch like what, sorry, Cartoon Network, I think. Yeah, Cartoon Network. And then
Yeah.
you could see like Ava and all these other cool shows like Trigun and Cowboy Bebop, and you would go on forums and you would discuss anime, and if you were into cosplay, it was really hard. It wasn't like you could just go to Amazon and get things for like $10. It's an accessory that you need. You really needed to work. You had to have at least some sort of skill set. I'm not saying it should take effort to be a fan, but when you have to earn your way into enjoying something, you appreciate the art form more, and I feel like you create more genuine experiences with yourself, with medium, and with people that way. Now I'm seeing a lot of like easy access is great, and I support that, but it's so what's the flavor this week, guys? Like who's the kawaii waifu this season? Let's cosplay as her. And like I've spoken to so many guests on my channel already, and I've brought this up a number of times, but they may not cosplay a character from their favorite anime because it's 5 seasons old, and they know that it's not going to work out for their social media. And for some of them, they see it as like, well, that's just what they know. They may be younger cosplayers, and that's just what they know, right? Why would I post something my followers don't like? They don't need to know about my amazing love for Naruto and this character, even though right now everyone wants Jujutsu Kaisen. And then you have
Hmm.
others who are like, they've seen their engagement dip because they don't want to force themselves to do that. I'm not sure, like in the future of cosplay, like you said, it's going to be even more accessible. Cosplay is going to be even more extravagant. It's going to be really good, and I can't wait to see it. But are people going to appreciate the series? Are they going to appreciate the bonds made? Are they going to appreciate the work that it takes to put together a cosplay? And again, I don't want to come off as a gatekeeper,
Hmm.
but I do feel
Hmm.
that there are things that is being lost due to progress in time and technology.
Yeah, like I think a lot of these, I'm gonna call them kids. I'm 31. I'm old. A lot of these kids actually don't understand how hard the animators, the manga artists are pushed in Japan. Like the Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga guy, he's sick right now because he's being pushed so hard because that's the Japanese culture. So you have to take appreciation into all of this art, this amazing fandom, like especially like back in the day, like Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, like all those animes, even the mangas, like people made that. That's people's work. That's just like looking at someone's cosplay, like, oh shit, you made that? Like that's the same thing. And you're right though, like all the stuff to find appreciation for the animes and finding those new animes, especially because we didn't have Cartoon Network or the internet, YouTube. Excuse me? YouTube, Crunchyroll? Excuse me? High speed internet?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Instagram? Like I didn't have high speed internet until I think I was end of high school. So like 2007,
Uh, yeah,
2008.
like I was in high school when YouTube just started. Like
Yeah.
I think I was like grade 10 or grade 11 or something. Somewhere around there. But that was when YouTube was like a thing, and it was like brand new, and like before that, it wasn't like you can find a curated platform of videos, even if they were at shit quality. Like, that just
Mhm.
wasn't a thing. If you wanted to find your show, you had to really search for it. If you wanted to do anything, like you had to find a streaming site, and streaming sites were getting taken down left, right, and center back in those
Oh
days.
yeah.
You could only stream up to like 72 minutes, and you had to like wait. If you had a free account, if you buy an account and the site goes down, that money is lost. Like, those were still the Wild West days of the internet. It was such a different time.
Like most of the anime I watched was from Blockbuster.
Yeah, I got some anime from Blockbuster. It was always
There wasn't good.
yeah, it
None
was
of
always
it
like
was
those
good.
random OVAs that I've never heard and I haven't heard since. That I actually don't really feel bad about.
No, no, and or if you did find anime that you could find, it was Pacific Mall. Everyone got their bootleg DVDs. I still have some of them.
I miss Pacific Mall. I really need things to open back up. I love that place. I, like even Pacific Mall. Pacific Mall was like a place you would go for cosplay or like anime stuff. Now like you don't have to leave your house and you can get whatever you want, not just like whatever like you're at the mercy of whatever this store owner wants to put out. It's incredible the progress, but something's lost.
Mm-hmm.
Something is
Mm-hmm.
lost in all of that convenience.
Yeah.